Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be going through my bronzer collection. Happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, don't mind my thumb. I swear I removed all of my nail polish, but then I woke up the next morning and didn't realize I didn't take my thumb off, so don't mind that. I showed you where this is located in my Alex 9, in my Alex drawers, the small ones, so the ones that have 5 drawers. It's in my third row down with my blushes and highlighters. So I'm going to quickly put all this all over the floor and we will get into it. Okay, so here are all of my bronzers slash contours. I keep them all kind of in the same thing except for face palettes. Some of these are contour palettes or face palettes, but I pick and choose where I want to keep them. So this is just what's in my bronzer and contour drawer section. Anyways, this is what I always use for bronzer and contour. I use bronzer for contour, I use contour for bronzer. It just depends on how I'm feeling. So we can go ahead and knock some of these out. First thing that we're going to speak about, since it zoomed in on this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dolce di Leche. I barely ever use this side. I always use the contour side. It is a very amazing contour from the drugstore. It is so good. Oh my gosh, I love using it. It's the perfect color and shade, especially for my skin tone. I always say this, but I need to start using this one more because I hate the fact that I've used this so much that you can kind of see a dent. Maybe you can't on camera, but there's a dent right in here. It definitely comes with a lot of product, and I want to say this is like $5 or something like that. It's a really good drugstore bronzer or contour if you need either or. This is a BoxyCharm Z palette. I did obviously get this in BoxyCharm. So these are just miscellaneous products. Some of them I bought on my own, and then some of them I did receive in a BoxyCharm. This I never use because I literally forget that I have it. I want to say it's an Ofra banana powder setting powder. I want to say that I did receive it in like one of my first BoxyCharms, which is absolutely insane because I've only used it probably like once or twice, and I believe it was before I even started my YouTube channel. And then this is a NYX bronzer, I believe, in the shade Tan. It's either bronzer or contour. And then this is a Makeup Geek blush, which it's a super beautiful color, in the shade Puppy Love. It's right up my alley on blush color, but yeah, I keep this in my bronzer and contour section. I'm not really sure why, since it's a setting powder, bronzer, and blush. It should be in my face palettes, but I don't know. And I just keep it there. I'm a little embarrassed to talk about it. I'm a little nervous to open it because I have had this for literal years, since way before I even started my channel. I never use it, but I've kept it just in case I ever wanted to do like the video of how I did my makeup in high school, because I use this every day. I believe that e.l.f. still makes this, but yeah, this has not been used in so long, but like that has a big dent in it. This has a huge dent in it. Pretty much they all do. I used to use this every single day of my life, and I never used it the right way because when I started getting into makeup, I didn't really have any idea where these things were supposed to go. So maybe I will make a video so I can make a fool out of myself and show you guys how I use this palette. I think that if you're starting out in makeup, it is really good because it is, e.l.f. is really inexpensive. This is a Pure Sculpture contour and highlight palette. I don't use it because it is too dark for me, especially right now. I did receive this in a BoxyCharm, but the main reason why I saved it is 1, because the highlighters are gorgeous, and 2, this I may be able to get away with it for my summer color. It could be too muddy and too dark, but if I ever have a client that's deeper than me, these will work. So that's really why I save it. I mean, I don't really do that many clients, but you never know, there could be that random occasion. So we'll move into the next one, which is this Marc Jacobs Tantric Bronzer, the Omega Bronzer. And I literally always say that Omega Bronzer instead of Omega Bronzer. This is expensive. I want to say it's like $49, but the pan, like, this is my hand. The pan is huge. Okay, like fits all in my palm. It is huge, and I've used this like a lot, and there's not really a dent in it, a tiny bit maybe. It is such a cute bronzing color. It is like a perfect shade for me. I think anybody a little bit deeper than me, this might not work. I did want the coconut one, but it's just $49 I think, and it's kind of really expensive. And I don't use it as often as I should for something that is super expensive, but it is really good. I want to say this is like my first Marc Jacobs product that I like bought, but I don't know. And then the next thing is this Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Sunkiss. I know Urban Decay definitely still has this. They definitely still have it at Ulta. My Ulta has it. To be honest, when I moved, I got rid of so much packaging, and this was like one of the few things that I kept the packaging, because this is the outer box, and it's just so beautiful, and then the packaging itself is even more beautiful, so it's like I didn't want to throw it away at all, and I use this very sparingly. I want to say they have a deeper shade, but I want to say they have a lighter shade, so I'm not 100% sure. They do only have 2 shades of these, so that's kind of crappy, but this is a really cute bronzer. I don't use this often. I feel like I just kept it because of this. And I bought it in Venice. So anything that I've bought like in another country, I usually end up keeping just because of the sentimental value. The next thing is this Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil. I have had this for a while. It's a shimmery bronzer, so it's really beautiful, especially for like those summer nights or like summer days. If you're one to wear beach makeup, I would not recommend beach makeup, but if you're looking for a bronzer that has like gold shimmers, this is really pretty. And Wet n Wild is very inexpensive. I want to say they still have this. It obviously will be in much better shape than this one. Next is this Kiko Milano bronzer in the shade Flawless Fusion. I bought this in Italy. This will not work for me in the summer. It is way too light, but I like to use this sometimes as a contour because it's light enough and it almost has that ashy shade. It's not too warm, but it's also not too ashy. It's almost like that perfect shade, like a neutral. But I can use it and it will work for a contour as well as a bronzer. So that kind of makes sense. This is really good. Their formulas are really good as well. I wanted to try their loose bronzer, but nobody on my Instagram voted for it, so. And the next Kiko product that I have is this bronzer as well, and it's in the shade 102. It's a bronzer mineral powder. This one has a little tiny bit of shimmer. I'm not sure if you can see a little bit of it at all. I barely use this mainly because of the shimmer, but when I do use it, the look comes out super beautiful because of the shimmer. Like if you ever want a glowy look, use a bronzer with shimmer in it. Yeah, super beautiful. And again, I bought it in Italy, but I'm almost positive that you can buy it online. This is the NYX Smooth Skin Bronzing Powder in the shade 720 Sunny. This is a really amazing bronzer from the drugstore, and I believe that this and the Hoola bronzer from Benefit are like dupes. They're not 100% dupe. Like you can tell that the I'm sorry, my lighting is weird. You can tell that this one, okay, this one looks really light because of my light. It's honestly, hold on. Alright, there we go. So you can tell that they're kind of super similar. This one looks lighter, it kind of is, but they remind me of the same exact color. Let me see if I can swatch it because I love these both, and when I use them both together, I feel like they literally are the same shade and formula. They feel so good. So if you're looking for something that's a dupe of the Benefit Hoola bronzer, but not 100% dupe, try this one out. It's really good. Let me swatch it. These are the swatches. This is the Hoola, and then this is the NYX. As you can see, they're literally almost the exact same. Like, especially in camera right now, they look pretty identical. Like I said, the Hoola bronzer has kind of like a different undertone, but still very similar. So if you're in store for the Hoola bronzer, try out the NYX one. Again, it's in the shade 720 Sunny. So this is the ColourPop bronzer in the shade Opening Act. You do have to buy this compact separate from this itself, but I don't really have much of an opinion. I've been trying to use this a lot, so that way I do have an opinion. It's an okay bronzer, but I'm not sure if it's an okay shade. That may be the problem. So this is the ColourPop right here. Swatch is pretty bad, so yeah, I'm not really sure 100% how I feel about it. I'm going to keep playing with it. And then next, we're going to go with this NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Light. This is really good. It's a little bit deep for the shade Light, but I do enjoy this bronzer. I don't use this as often as I should, like I said, but I do use it occasionally. Then we have these two Physicians Formula Butter Bronzers. Guys, I'm so sorry about my light. This one is the Deep Bronzer, which I just used for the first time, and I'm obsessed. And then this is the Original Bronzer, so they, one, smell amazing. These are like probably my favorite. The reason why I love this one right here is because it's a really good like cool tone shade on me, and so it's a really good like shadow shade for my contour, and this is such an amazing color for contour, for bronzer, for everything. I love them both. I'm so obsessed, and like I said, they smell delicious. Thing that we're going to finish up with the powders. This is the last powder that I have. This is the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronzer in the shade Tan, and okay, it may look extremely intimidating on camera or like when you look at it, but this is the most natural bronzer that I have ever used. I'm not sure if they still sell this because it was on sale, and I know we just got a brand new section of their bronzers and this is not there. So you can probably try and find it online. It has a tiny bit of gold flecks in it, but they're not huge. They're very, very like small, and it's just the most beautiful bronzer ever. It is literally so cute. You can use a super light hand with this, or you can use a very like hard hand with this. It's right here because it doesn't deposit a ton of product at once, which is why I'm saying it is a very good natural bronzer. It's so beautiful, especially for that summer glow bronzer. This will be my go-to. And then now we're here for our cream products, and the first one I'm going to go with is this Benefit Hoola Bronzer Quickie Contour Stick. The only problem that I have with this is the fact that, probably melted back together now, but it had broken off of the stick. If I do decide to use this as cream contour, I will use the Powder Hoola Bronzer on top just to make it look even better. I just love the Hoola Bronzer shade. It's just so beautiful, and this blends out amazing on the skin. I love using this in the summer and spring. And last but not least, I have a few bronzers in my things that I need to try. This is the contour stick in the shade Amber from Fenty Beauty. The reason why I bought this is because of its undertone, the super cool undertone, so it's really, really good for contour. I love it. Let me see if I can swatch it here. Yeah. So it's a little bit deeper for me, but I love the way it looks on my face. It is really, really cute. But yeah, anyways, this is my complete bronzer collection. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. My next video on Wednesday will be my BoxyCharm unboxing, so subscribe if you would like to see that. And yeah, I will see you in my next one.